Hey, sisters, I want you all to watch this with me because watching this got me a little triggered. It's a show called Pop the Balloon, and it's a show where people, either men choose a woman, and if they don't like anything about her, they pop the balloon and she just moves on to somebody else, or vice versa. If the women don't like something about a guy they're presented with, they can pop the balloon. So watch this, and after we watch it, let's talk about it, okay?
Okay, look,
Well, he popped his.
he popped. Let's come on
go.
over here. So why did we end up popping, Hubert?
The hesitation, like I need my woman to be like know what she want and make the decision. Also, there are a few things aesthetically that I don't like. I'm not really big on like weave, and if I can see a braid, and then like I can see the bump in the back.
The braids. Okay.
Yeah.
As far as the weight fluctuation, it didn't look like you would have too much of that going on. So,
Thank you.
And the activities I love to do, that would probably prevent you from even, gaining weight. I don't know why you'd ask that. You look great, but
Well, I'm asking because I mean, I don't mind because he was so wrong with the braids.
You want to take it out?
don't
the-
do that. Don't you?
I mean, why can't I? So,
You still look good. You still look good.
so should I keep it off or? Okay. This is me. So I just want to make sure you're okay with me and who I am.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And you guys can go on.
Okay, so as we see, the first gentleman was very smug and arrogant, talking about a few things aesthetically. First of all, the wig, and then talking about I can see the braids, and his stupid ass, assuming, just arrogant. And then, thankfully, the other gentleman had enough sense and looked at her and was like, you're beautiful, blah blah blah. And she took that wig off. And first of all, there were no braids under there, you arrogant prick. And second of all, if there was, you know what? I thought it was so genius that she came in there with that wig on because it really allowed her to test the heart of a man. Because you know what? Honestly, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter about what's on your head. And this is where we as black people, you all remember, and if you all have studied during the 60s and 70s, the civil rights movement, especially the Black Power movement, a lot of women would sport the Angela Davis wigs, and things like that if they couldn't grow their own natural afros or things like that. But because we had a common struggle, these minor issues that black men focus on with black women and black women focus on with black men were not even an issue. They were a non-factor because we had bigger things to focus on. That woman that Unright we just looked at was extremely gorgeous when she walked in there with the hair. And so what a common sense type of man would say is, well, wow, she fine like this with with a wig on. I wonder what she looks like without it. But he instantly just shot her down. And it triggered me because so many times in my past, men would just shoot me down because I was heavier, or because I wore fake hair. And I heard all my life in my 20s and 30s, and I'm 53 now, especially in my teens and 20s. Oh, you have such a pretty face, but your body's too big. First of all, if you didn't want me, you don't have to say it that way. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Everything's not for everybody. But the thing is, weight can be lost, but character, my brilliance, my integrity, my sensuality and sexuality, and being able to tap into my femininity, my ability to cook and clean and be domestic as well as be highly educated, that takes years to cultivate. So many men were willing to throw me out just because I wore fake hair or just because I had extra weight on me. The funny thing is, and the reason when I watched it today, it triggered me in many ways. One is because now, to this day, some of those same men who used to tease me, if I look at them on Facebook, their wives are bigger than I was then and bigger than I am now. And some of them are DMing me. So it made me think about how superficial we as black people can be. And I know white people can be too, but I'm talking about us because this channel, I made this for us. I do videos to teach others, but I made this for us. And all I'm saying is if there's something about a woman that you don't like, gentlemen, it's not what you say, it's just how you say it. Because all things may not all be as all they appear. How that man didn't know that woman just overcame breast cancer. She was just wearing that wig. You don't know a person's story. And the same is equal to you women who keep basing your judgment on a man based on how much money he has. On that same show, Pop the Balloon, this woman dissed this brother because he had his vernacular. He spoke with a sort of like a slang, but that's because the brother was from South Central Chicago. And if you know anything about brothers from Chicago, their swag is different. But the brother still had a bachelor's degree and worked in the education field. And so just because his dialect or his vernacular was not, as she wanted more proper English, she could have missed out on a very amazing man. And some of us black women are missing out because you think that man has to make all this money. I think it's the stupidest question when women say, when people ask, would you date a bus driver? Hell yeah, if I wasn't married, I would. The man wake up every day and go to work. What's wrong with a bus driver? And then some sisters talking about, well, if he owned a company. Bitch, that's why you single in 60. You're not realistic. And some of you men are the same. Some of you men were so unrealistic in your 20s and 30s and 40s. Now that you're 50 and you realize what's most important. And now it's hard for you to find someone who truly wants you for you instead of wanting you to be a sugar daddy because you've missed out. So what I'm saying to both sexes, black males and black females, stop majoring in the minors. Something as simple as a wig. When that woman took that wig off, all the brothers was like, oh shit, because she was fine. And she was confident with her short hair. Weight can be lost. Hair can be grown. But character and integrity, that takes time. All right, y'all. Talk to you soon. Be blessed. Bye. Make wise choices, y'all.